Welcome to the F Word. On the menu tonight for our main course, roasted pheasant with braised cabbage and bread sauce.
Is Sarah Beanie's chocolate brownie recipe better than mine?
I desperately need to win. Trust me.
It's time to get the kids ready to say goodbye to the turkeys.
We're eating them for Christmas.
And Big Brother's Davina McCall is in for dinner.
Did you just say the word sex in my ear? You can't do things like that to me.
The F word's here and the F word's bad. Curse my mother and I curse my dad. Let I love my mother and I love my dad. Wanna have all that they never had. The F word's here and the F word's bad. Curse my mother and I curse my dad. Let I love my mother and I love my dad. Wanna have all that they never had.
Okay, guys, yes? Are we ready, yes? Kerry, you ready?
Yeah.
Serious face on? Yeah, let's go. Okay, on order, 6 covers table 2, 6 haricot bean soup, main course, 6 pheasants. Let's go. Pheasants in, please. Let's go. Now, tonight's starters are rich, sumptuous haricot bean soup with tiger prawns. Now, these beans have been soaked overnight in water. And what that does, it actually softens the bean and makes them cook a lot quicker. In with the bacon, onion and carrot. And once you brought it to the boil quickly, cook out for about 25 to 30 minutes. Now, tiger prawns has its own built-in cooking gauge. When they're raw, they're grey. When they're cooked, they're nice and pink.
We cook the prawns for 30 seconds in boiling water and vegetables. We call that a court bouillon.
Now, prawns are the perfect choice for a seafood beginner because they're nice and sweet, slightly meaty, and so easy to cook. We peel them from the shell when they're warm because it's a lot easier when they're warm. Get the tail and push with your finger and thumb, and the whole thing just pops out. Once the beans have been drained of its stock, just take a couple of handfuls out, because that's going to be in with the prawns and the mushrooms at the bottom of the soup. The rest of the beans into the mixer. A couple of ladles of bean puree into the pan. We add our chicken stock and bring it up to the boil. Once we start to boil it, we're going to add a touch of cream. Now this comes to the boil. For the exciting part is where we start to froth the soup and make it really nice and light. It's a bit of a chef's thing. You don't have to froth it up, but it's just a way of making it a little bit lighter. And if you don't have a stick mix, then just serve it as a normal white bean soup. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. That's it. OK, take your ladle out, give it a little buzz.
Kerry, give it in the blood.
Outside.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on. Me. Now, tonight in the kitchen, my 3 commis chefs are Phil, Russell and Kerry.
They've already survived 1 round in the F-word kitchen, and whoever stays tonight will come back to battle it out for a job in one of my restaurants.
OK, why are we making 2 pans? I want 3 portions. The soup's made to order. You've got 4 portions there. He's got 4 portions. Why don't you do the garnish?
Yeah.
Yeah? And you do the soup. But no one's
Yes, chef.
talking.
Yes, chef.
And you're just making no sense whatsoever. So talk to one another.
Yeah.
Check the seasoning, please. Taste it, Kerry, come on. And Ange, set the garnish up here, Ange, so we can start serving it.
Yes, Gordon.
Yeah?
Wait.
Yeah, that's nice.
After this table.
Yes, Gordon.
The garnish for the soup are the tiger prawns. Along with the tiger prawns, we've got these little Japanese samuji mushrooms. And we're just going to saute the mushrooms off. Get your cloth on the front here. That's it. OK. Get some colour on the mushrooms first before you put the prawns in. Now, we're using a Japanese mushroom, but to be quite frank, any mushroom will work lovely with this. 30 seconds for the prawns. Get your beans. Put your beans in with the prawns. And there we have a really nice garnish. Right, now they've sauteed off the garnish. Yeah? Just season it with some fresh parsley.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
So we put in
No,
the
just listen to me. Shut up and just listen, that's all. If you listen, you're going to do well, but fresh parsley, then from there over to the bowl. Let's go. OK. Take your garnish and be generous with the garnish. Your prawns, your beans and your mushrooms into the plate. No, just 3 portions. Come on, Kerry, please. Wake up. Just 3 portions. 1, 2, 3. You're on your 4th bowl.
Sorry. Sorry, Gordon.
So you take half the froth and half the soup and you pour it gently over the garnish, yeah? and then you go back to the beginning
Yeah.
and put a little bit more froth on there. Can you just concentrate for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, and try to wake up a little bit. It'll make life a lot easier for you, the customers, and me, yes?
Yeah.
Good girl. It's not difficult, you know that.
I know.
Now, this is a perfect winter soup, great for the cold nights ahead, and check out the F-Word website for the recipe. Service, please. I'll see you later.
Well, it was delicious soup. The prawns, I'm not sure how they were cooked, but they had a beautiful flavour.
Thumbs up to Gordon, really, I'm afraid. Sorry, big suck up, but absolutely. He's gorgeous and so's his food. So what more can I say?
That's why it was easier.
Ladies, good evening.
Hello, mwah, how are
Good to see
you?
Yeah, very well indeed, thank you.
I
Good
love
to see
watching you in there.
How was your soup?
It was very, very good.
Yes?
Yes,
Not
very
too
good,
rich?
thank you. No, I love
No?
rich food.
Do you cook at home?
I sort of share it because
Really?
we've got little kids, so whoever puts the kids to bed doesn't do the cooking.
Really?
I'm quite good with a recipe,
Yep.
but I'm not. My husband's got the flair. I
Serious?
haven't got the flair.
And what would you say his pièce de résistance is? What's his favourite dish?
My favourite dish that he does
Yep.
is it's just sea bass, baked sea bass, and he does put sort of some grilled vegetables, and then he'll put them in the tray with the sea bass, open the foil and put it in.
Sounds a little bit like Jamie Oliver to me, that one, no? Is he using...
Isn't that a swear word?
Does-
We're not allowed to say that here.
You're not on a particular diet or
No,
anything
no,
like that,
no.
are you? No,
I don't diet.
No. How do you keep so fit?
Work out.
Work out.
I mean, I basically eat what I want
Yeah.
because I work out. And that's one very good reason to work out, isn't it?
But when- no.
So you can eat what you want.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yay!
have you ever been on a diet?
I did that.
That
I did
set
the
procedure?
Atkins. Worked brilliantly. I lost 6 pounds in 2 weeks. Amazing. But I was obsessed by bread. Like, if somebody picked up that piece of bread
Yeah.
over there, I'd see you at
I love
500
bread.
paces, and I'd be like, oh my God, they're eating bread.
Really?
You know, and then I'd say, OK, I'll have Sundays off. So I'd start eating sweets and bread at 7 in the morning, and I'd literally be like, pasta, 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 you know, until the end of the day. It was just ridiculous.
There is one negativity against the sort of Atkins diet, you know, because it's not very good for your sex life.
Did you just say the word sex in my ear? You said the word sex in my ear.
I mean, does it have an
in
adverse
my
effect?
ear? So you can't do things like that to me. Oh, I'll tell you what, it did
It
have an
lowers
effect
your
on...
libido.
Well, I couldn't poo. I mean, if you're going to say sex, let's say
God,
poo.
yeah.
I couldn't poo for ages because
Serious?
it was awful because you don't eat vegetables.
I-
And with that, hello, heinous breath.
Yeah.
So obviously sex life's going to go out the window because you can't snog, and if you can't snog, you're not going to have sex. You took me there, Gordon.
Next on the menu, along with our main course of pheasant with a fantastic red sauce. The commis start to crack under pressure,
You're going to kill someone. You can't serve raw bacon.
and just when I thought things couldn't get any worse for Giles Corrin, we sent him down a sewer.
Chefs of the world would love to see me disappear under there.
OK, 1 minute for the cabbage. How long for you, Ange?
1 minute, please.
1 minute. Let's go, Russell. We can start plating up in 30 seconds, yes? Welcome back to the F-Word. Time now for the main course. Roasted pheasant, braised cabbage, red sauce with devils on horseback.
Pheasant.
The secret behind cooking this bird is actually lining the breast with some streaky bacon, because it really is a very lean bird with hardly any fat.
Thigh.
Not too tight. A, it keeps the bacon on, and B, it actually keeps the bird in a really good shape.
Hot pan, olive oil. Seasoned. Thyme.
Pheasant, nice hot pan, streaky bacon, thyme, straight into the oven.
Red sauce. Thyme. Salt. Pepper. Blitz. Hot pan, butter. Onion.
On the heat,
Cloves. Star anise. Bay leaf.
the big daddy.
Black pepper.
Bull in the china shop. This is the one that actually brings it all together.
Sweat. Milk.
Let it infuse. Bring it to the boil slowly.
Back to pheasant. Baste.
That keeps the pheasant really nice and moist.
Finish the sauce. Sieve.
That milk is amazing.
Breadcrumbs in. Butter.
Now we have a really nice, smooth, smart, sexy bread sauce. OK, pheasant.
Rest 15 minutes.
And turn it upside down. And all the juices from the top of the carcass run into the bottom of the breast, and so by the time it's cooled down, it's full of flavour. And the whole leg just falls away. Delicious.
Pheasant with bread sauce. Done.
Now, with the pheasant, I'm also serving some red cabbage, and we all grew up with this stuff, pickled in a jar, but this is done in a very simple form. It started on top of the stove, it's got butter in with it, and then we season it with brown sugar over the cabbage, and then a tablespoon of vinegar, add that to the brown sugar, salt, pepper, and then we braise it in the oven for about 45 to 50 minutes so it cooks nice and slowly, absorbs the vinegar, the sugar caramelises it and makes it a really nice, tasty cabbage. Now I'm serving devil's and horseback with the pheasant, and that's basically a prune that's been wrapped in bacon. The sweetness and the saltiness of the bacon goes brilliantly with the pheasant. Cocktail stick, keep the bacon on there, into a pan. Get some really good colour on the bacon, gets nice and crispy, and that crispy bacon with a sweet prune is amazing. Now, don't forget to take the cocktail sticks out before you serve them. There it is. Yeah, 5 pheasant, 1 ravioli. Yeah, journalist table, watch that table, Liz Jones, journalist. You serve the pheasant first, then the ravioli, OK? OK, be very, very careful, yeah? Now, earlier today, I set the commis a challenge, and that was to try and separate the men from the boys. Challenge time. We've got a table of vegetarians in this evening. Now, vegetarian food has to be just as exciting as the normal menu. So on this table in front of us, we've got an array of vegetables. I want you to think of a vegetarian filling for a ravioli. Think about it. Spinach, ricotta, sautéed mushrooms, rocket, basil. You know, just have a look. You've got half an hour. Let's go, yes? What's going through your mind? What are you doing?
Cheese,
Cheese.
tomato.
Work and talk at the same time. We're against the clock. We'd like a fully booked restaurant, yes? Not just about your cheese and tomatoes. So, what are you going to do?
Cheese, tomato, mozzarella.
OK.
Is that OK?
Yeah, that sounds nice. And you're going to season it with fresh basil?
Yeah, basil.
OK, hurry up, yes? Right, Russell, what are you doing?
I'm thinking of a open-top ravioli.
Open-top ravioli. Nice. And what's in the open-top ravioli?
Right, I'm thinking sun-dried tomatoes.
Yep.
And then I've also got roasted pepper going on there. Just give it that flavour, just get it going. I'm going to put some blue cheese into it as well.
Blue cheese as well?
Yeah.
And as you know, we haven't got all day, you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, OK, so move your arse, yeah?
Yep, yes, chef.
OK, Phil. What are you going to do?
I'm going to do tomato and basil with buffalo mozzarella.
OK. And you put the mozzarella in when it's cooled down, so it doesn't melt?
Just so it doesn't melt, so we can just keep that solid cubes there, yeah.
So as it starts to cook in the ravioli, it just slightly melts inside?
That's it, yeah.
OK, good. Looks like something out of a sci-fi movie.
It tastes nice.
Well, we'll find out, won't we, Sue? OK, guys, that's it. Let's go. Kerry on the hot plate. Russell, let's go. Phil, Kerry, there. Come on, stand next to it. Right, Russell. Pasta's stone cold. You didn't even heat the pasta up.
Yes, chef.
Phil, he started blanching his pasta and you followed suit rather than remaining as an individual because your filling looked nice. Unfortunately, so far I've got stone cold pasta, overcooked pasta. Let's hope the last one at least has got something. What's that, the raw sage leaf?
Yeah, it went, no.
Yeah, we only put on a plate what we can eat. Yeah, never forget that. And look at that. You can see why I don't change nappies. Insipid, bland, and nothing what I asked for. A simple ravioli. Unfortunately, I'm not going to serve any of them in the restaurant for vegetarians. You know that. Tonight, get your shit together. Yeah? Clear down. Right, let's go, Kerry, please, yes? 4 pheasant away now, yes? 4 pheasant away now, let's go.
Yeah, 4, yeah, chef.
I don't understand what you're doing, Kerry. You're dropping your spoon, you're putting it back in your pocket. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Need any more on this?
No, why are you asking me when you're putting it on? Come on.
Because I think we do.
Pheasant, please, now.
Pheasant.
Come on, this is where it's going to get really tough now, yes? Yep. Down. Let's go. Kerry, it's not cooked. It's raw. Oh. The bacon's raw, for God's sake. Kerry, come here a minute, you. It's raw. It is raw, young lady. You're going to kill someone. You can't serve raw bacon. Not good enough. Not good enough. Take your apron off and go. Forget it. Out. Right, Ange, start the table again, please. God's sake. Ange, start the table again. Now. It will soon be time to slaughter the turkeys, so I've been trying to get the kids ready to say goodbye.
We're a week away from slaughtering the turkeys the children have been fattening up for Christmas. I'm getting worried that the kids are getting too attached.
Oh, well done. Let's have a look. Is that Antony?
Tilly loves cuddling Antony, and Megan's been keeping her own video diary.
Delia have been even more grumpy than yesterday.
I asked Janice Horton-Wallace from the Turkey Club UK how to deal with it. Her suggestion was rather radical.
You may have to consider possibly just keeping a couple back, so that then they think, well, OK, yeah, those go, but we will still have some turkeys here.
Will we get any turkey eggs?
They start mating properly in January or February, and then the girls usually start laying eggs about 4 weeks after the mating process. They're very good layers, and the eggs are wonderful in baking.
Really?
Oh, they are definitely worth trying.
Like a duck egg, or...?
They're not as strong as a duck egg. They're slightly larger than a chicken's egg, but they, because of the extra albumin, they're very good in pastry sauces and things like that.
And what about her indoors? I've got to explain that to her.
Oh, she'll love eating their eggs.
I'm not that convinced, and I don't think Tana will be very enthusiastic either.
She mentioned if the kids are getting really sort of attached, there is a strong possibility we could keep them, or maybe keep half of them and cook half.
I think we've always been very honest with them, and this is what's happening, and I think they are prepared for that, and we stick to what we originally planned.
I'm, happy to go along with what we set out to do, but I'm just asking you to think about an alternative.
We've done your project, I've supported you in that, we've fattened up the turkeys, and now you're backtracking because you like them.
Delia's shaking because you're shouting, so you're upsetting. Let me go and sit over with her.
You go sit with Delia.
I can't believe you. Come on, Delia. Come on.
There have been times when it's really driven me crazy having the turkeys here, all the mess and everything like that, but it's been a fantastic learning curve for the children. We've only got a couple of days left of the turkeys and then they're going to be slaughtered. So I thought, let's throw a turkey party. They can explain to their friends exactly what's going on. And also, it'll really put it clear in their minds that this is happening. And they won't sort of wake up surprised to know that it's the final day.
We're eating them for Christmas. Which one are you going to eat first for dinner? Oh, we're going to eat one that we... Oh, you're really shocked. Yeah, we're going to kill all of them. You're going to kill Jack's turkey first? Yeah, he is so fat.
The kids actually seem fine about killing the birds, but I need to know whether I've got enough turkey to feed the diners at the restaurant. So Peter the vet's going to do a final weigh-in.
What are we doing?
Weighing the turkey.
Why?
So we can find out if they're fat.
Fat.
How fat they are.
We want them very fat for Christmas, don't we? That's 6 kilos.
Yeah. You need help lifting that one up.
Wait, Nigella.
It's 14 kilos.
OK, who's got the balance?
20.
10. Who's next?
Gary! Delia! Why do I always catch the turkey?
You're very good at this. All right, Ainsley. I know. 7 kilos?
Yeah.
Who would like a sandwich?
Me!
Matt, how are you?
Good evening, Chef.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Not only a wine writer, but you're actually Jamie Oliver's sommelier.
Yep.
You're his wine waiter at 15.
Yep.
Now, you
Yeah.
bought some wines
Absolutely.
that you thought were going to go
Considering the
well
pheasant.
with the pheasant.
Do you know what? I
Please
think
tell
the
me
thing-
they're not all Australian.
There's not one Australian
There's not one
wine.
Australian.
But do you know what? I think when it comes to kind of food and wine matching, you know, I think a lot of people kind of get unnecessarily kind of, you know, confused with it and stressed with it.
Absolutely.
And they tend to think that, you know, the best matches end up being, you know, the most expensive matches. And
which
it's
is
not
crazy.
always the case.
Definitely not.
And here, I mean, this is the one word to describe this wine is that it's sexy. You know, sexy. You get kind of that sort of dark cherry.
Yeah.
You get dark cherry, you get a little bit of spice, but straight away you're getting things like cinnamon, cloves,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know, star anise, all the kind of things that you use when you're cooking the pheasant out there, all those kind of ingredients are starting to come through. And I guess that's one of the key things when it comes to food and wine matching.
Yep.
You want to look for kind of like similar sort of weight between food and wine.
Absolutely.
You also want to look at similar kind of intensity of flavour.
And keep it sexy.
Absolutely.
Now, you're highly competitive. Yes?
I am.
I've got a test for you, OK? 3 of the most extraordinary wines. I want you to try and tell me what you think they are. Here we go. I'm not saying anything.
It's going to be something like Blue Nun, £5 under.
Mate, £5 and under. Absolutely on the nose. Blue Nun. Well done. One of my favourites. The heat is on, big boy.
You should always trust your first instincts. And for me,
Straight
kind
away.
of like, first thing I sort of smell is kind of cedar. You know, it's got, there's a fair bit of oak in there. There's a fair bit of fruit weight as well. Dark plum, dark fruit. You know, straight away I'm kind of thinking big, rich, full-body grape variety. Probably thinking New World as well. So.
Really? OK. Little taste. Huh? Now the heat is on, and you can see he's looking nervous. Come on.
That's turbocharged. There's some weight and muscle and intensity
Big
behind
time.
that. That's
Big
kind of
time.
like, it's awesome Shiraz or Cabernet probably from Australia. Here we go. Oh.
Well done.
Did I say awesome Shiraz?
Well done. Awesome Shiraz. Well done.
Thanks very much.
Huh? Fantastic.
98, great.
OK. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
OK. Instantly, what you think?
What? When I look at this wine?
Yes.
Well, I'm noticing the colour. The colour's nowhere near as deep as the previous wine. Sight's kind of probably the least important of all your 3 senses, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you can close your eyes and... That's how I always find it a lot easier. What are you getting?
We're talking about a very different league
right
between that wine and this wine.
OK.
So
what
it's not giving away much on the nose. It's pretty flat, pretty dull. Soft, simple. It's even a little bit corked, Gordon. I can't believe you put on a wine that's just a little
I
bit
would not
corked
do
as
that
well.
to you. Come on. Do you think
It's
that's corked?
just a little bit corked.
I'm not going to argue
Can I
with
have
you,
a
but
taste?
I mean, I don't mind fighting. But that's definitely not corked.
A
Definitely
little
not
bit.
corked.
You do the cooking, I'll do the wine.
So, oh, God. Taxi. OK. Have a little taste.
God, it's probably going to be amazing Bordeaux or something like that, isn't it?
3, 2, 1. What's the
Yeah,
answer?
it's Bordeaux. It's Cabernet-based wine from Bordeaux. Yeah.
What would you pay for it? How much would you pay for that?
30, 40 quid.
30, 40 quid. You've been eating far too many kangaroos, you know that. That was a £1,000 bottle of Petrus.
I told
Matthew,
you,
for goodness sake. £1,000
There you go.
bottle of Petrus, 1992, my favourite.
Oh, it's 92. Well, look, you know,
goodness sake.
I'm Australian. I have cheap taste.
Oh, shit.
Was it Meatloaf that said 2 out of 3 ain't bad?
Next on the menu, it's pudding time. Sarah Beanie takes me on with a chocolate brownie.
Also, I think that putting nuts in it is a bit like putting leeks in macaroni cheese.
Oh, really?
So it's just wrong.
Giles goes in the sewer.
Oh, it's disappearing into human shit.
And Davina has to sing for her supper.
Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
OK. Phil, Russell, come here. Yeah? One's gone. Yes?
Yes, chef.
We tried to put raw bacon on a plate. Now, my brigade are leaving, and you two are going to run the F-word restaurant. You've got a table of 4, and you've got a table of 4.
Yeah.
Yes? Hey, everything from bread sauce to cabbage to pheasant. Yeah? Mark, out. Yep. And out. Neil, bye-bye. Let's go. Come on, Russell. Wakey, wakey. Bacon's burning. She's already gone home on the back of that. Let's go. Come on, big boy. Nice and crispy. Little touch of butter in there, Phil, to finish it off with.
Chef.
Phil, you got table 10?
Ready, chef.
Yes. And Russell, you got table 14, yes?
Yes, chef.
Well, no one was talking to one another. Hello, we're in the same restaurant.
Russell, you ready, Russ?
Yeah, how long you got?
I'm ready, mate.
You're here. Move, let's go. Yeah, I'm looking for presentation, yeah? Each and every plate looking exactly the same. Let's go. Stand by, table 14. Stand by. Look at each other's plates, check that we've got the same things going on. The same size portions, yes?
Chef.
Come on. Don't forget, it's the same restaurant, yes? Come on.
Chef.
Pheasant on first, they're last. That's the garnish, yes? There you go. Think about what you're doing. Come on, Russell.
Yes, chef.
Put the tray down and work with 2 hands. It's twice as quick.
Yes, chef.
Voila. Right.
Olive oil.
Take your time. Don't spoil it now, yes? Gently, gently, gently. Let's go. Are you happy? Dirty plate.
Yeah, that bit.
I'm not happy with that. Hair there on the pheasant. Pull it out. Yeah. Come on, wake up. You got 4 eyes. Let's go. Up. Go. Table 14. Go. Right, come here, both of you. Well done. That's what it's like in the real world. That's 1 table each out of 20 tonight. Clear down, start again. Well done.
Yes, chef.
Hello there.
Nice to see you.
How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. How are you?
Good, very well.
You enjoyed the pheasant, yes?
I did enjoy
Yes.
the pheasant, although I've got something for you here.
Go on.
There's a bit of shot.
That's great news.
Yeah, so it was
That means
really,
it's not one of those
really
posh
shot.
birds, it's a real bird.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
The combination of everything was really good, but the pheasant was just cooked to perfection. Absolute perfection. Really lovely.
Hi. How are you? Yeah, very well, thank you. Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
How was the pheasant?
It was very nice.
Yes?
Very nice. It could have been a little bit more veg, I felt.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Well, I'm just saying.
You don't need more veg with that pheasant. And the devil's on horseback and the bread sauce and the braised
The devils
cabbage.
on horseback were pretty superb, yeah.
Wonderful.
The way that it was cooked this evening was fantastic. It fell off the bone. And the fact that the plate itself isn't actually loaded with superfluous vegetables as well made it very, very nice.
Time for pudding. This week, Sarah Bean is going to try and beat me with her favourite dessert, chocolate brownie. Now, there's 100 recipes of chocolate brownies, and I'm doing something quite sort of unique, sumptuous, delicious. We're finishing it this time with some little pecans. But this is not a big tray of chocolate brownie. They're going to be done in little bleeny pans. We're going to butter them, line them with chocolate, and cook them individually, almost like a little sort of pancake, but pancake chocolate brownie.
This is a children's chocolate brownie because I don't think you should put extra bits in. It should just be pure chocolate brownie. This is really cheap, so you can make it, if you're having masses of people to a party, you can make it for loads of people. We had it at our wedding, actually. Not that I'm a cheapskate or anything.
So, get your brush and lightly brush the inside of the pan. Now, all it is a block of chocolate, break it in half, and just grate. And just pour the chocolate in there, and then roll it round. Right, Sarah, how are we doing?
This is cocoa, sugar and flour.
Yep.
And then this is the eggs, and you just put it in there.
And that's it?
That's it, yeah.
So
well, it
no,
tastes great.
I'm sure it does. Now, no chocolate in there? No.
And it's got cocoa powder.
Just
in.
cocoa powder?
Yeah, and then I have to grease the tin.
And that looks like something you've nicked from your granny?
Yeah, that's
Yeah?
the general
And then that goes in there. And how long does that cook for?
25 minutes, or maybe a bit more if it doesn't look cooked.
Yeah, because it should be nice and crispy on the outside and soft and gooey in the
gungy.
middle.
Yeah,
Gungy.
gungy.
That's the word.
And-
You're a lady who likes pressure. You've got 37 guests coming round on Boxing Day.
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day.
Yes.
That's a
yeah.
big table, that, 37.
That is a big table.
And you're cooking not single-handedly, surely?
Well, sort of single-handed. I've got this turkey that's kind of...
Huge.
Huge. So have you got lots for Christmas?
I think we've got about 18 or 20.
Hey, that's just as bad.
I know. Crazy.
Do you do lots of entertaining then?
I'm not very good at the dinner party thing, you know that. It's not the kind of thing I really enjoy doing, to be totally honest.
So this is why I couldn't be a cook, because I think this is taking ages and it's really boring. I'm thinking, God, hurry up.
How do you know so much about property?
I've got a building company. I do a boys' job, you see. You do a
Okay.
girls' job, I do a boys' job.
I do a girl's job. Yeah, that's the whole gripe. I wish women would get back in there and do their job. You know that? Women do make the best chefs, you know that?
I know, well, obviously, women do everything best.
No, well, not quite everything. Hello. Not quite everything. You're a bit of a matchmaker, aren't you?
I am. It is a bit of an obsession of mine. It always has been, actually. Which,
Serious. Now, do you do
any
that over
excuse-
food?
Yeah, no, well, the best place to meet someone is over food and booze, isn't it?
Food and booze, yes.
Yeah, stick food and booze and a few
Can't-
single people together and they're going to get married.
And what about someone like our resident food critic? I mean, is there a woman out there that's mad enough to sort of date him?
How would you describe him?
moany, whingy, beardy, short ass.
I think he definitely gets someone.
He definitely gets flipping heck. Now the chocolate and the butter's melted. I've whisked the eggs lightly. I've folded them in. Sarah's is going to be slightly gungy in the centre, she said. Sounds very ominous. And mine, of course, is going to be lined with, like, chocolate buttons and these little things, pecans. I have to say, at this stage, without getting too carried away, a damn sight more appetising than Sarah's. Mind you, I said that about the trifles last week as well, didn't I?
Also, I think that putting nuts in it is a bit like putting leeks in macaroni cheese.
Oh, really?
See, it's just wrong. It's
Like
ruining the purity.
I'm now just going to lift that out and put them in to the moulds. And then, hopefully, we'll be ready. So when you fill the mould up 2/3, because they're going to rise slightly, and then we leave it nice and soft and gooey in the centre. And those chocolate buttons, hopefully, will be intact but slightly runny.
I could have refurbished a 5-bedroom house in the time it takes to melt some butter. Like, how frustrating. This one's going to eat it, and you've just got washing up to do.
Whilst you're pregnant, OK, and obviously my wife's been pregnant 3 times, I put weight on to make her feel happy. Does it happen the same with your husband?
Such a sweetie.
Does he put weight on to make you feel
He is, actually.
less fat in bed?
No, he does still say, good God, you're fat, every time I have no clothes on.
Serious?
So, which is true, let's be honest.
No, you're going to stay confident now because they're not cooked. Now, let me have a quick look at yours.
OK.
Just like the bike sheds. You can look at mine and let me look at yours. Yeah.
Cheeky.
That's nice.
I've got to say, yours does look like you cook for a living and mine does look like I don't.
And I desperately need to win.
You need to win. OK, here we go. It'll taste great, though.
I'm sure it will, you know that. Hello, Giles.
Hello, Gordon.
Are you well?
No, I'm not bad at all. I'm happy with it. At least I've been fed.
You've been fed. Yeah. Now, what have you been up to this week?
I've been down a sewer. I'm so used to healthy, hygienic places like professional kitchens.
God, bins, squirrels, kebabs.
But that was because I was investigating food. Here I was investigating quite the opposite.
Really?
I was up to my elbows in shit.
Serious?
Yeah, and it's because of the fat that gets thrown away. Fat is a huge problem in Britain. I'm not talking about fat people, I'm talking about cooking fat. When you flush them away down the sewers, as we all do sometimes, they'll cool, solidify and harden and cause blockages. And when that happens, we're in big trouble. Last year alone, we spent £15 million clearing our pipes, and 3,000 properties were flooded as a result of blockage. With Christmas approaching, the water companies are expecting a 25% increase in the amount of fat that we're flushing down our drains, which means that we're going to be adding, over Christmas, to an already existing problem in the underbelly of our cities. But what does that really mean? I'm not dressed up like this just because it looks sexy. It's because I'm going to go down there and find out. Well, I understand the issues about this fat being thrown away, but it looks all fairly harmless when it goes down the sink. So what does it look like here? I don't understand.
Well, you'll soon see, Giles, when you get round this corner here.
Oh, it smells nasty now. If I drown or something, are you going to do mouth to mouth?
You won't drown.
What's this?
That's the fat what you're going to go into.
That's fat?
Yeah, it's fat.
That's fat out of people's kitchens, gone down the sink and...
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, and there's things living in it. Ah, shit, and it's everywhere.
Cheers for that.
So I need a radioactive anti-thingy death suit.
Just be careful. Have you...
No, God! The chefs of the world who would love to see me disappear under there. Ah, it's disappearing into human shit. Ah, it's some sanitary towel. Why am I doing this?
I don't know.
There it is. That's your fat. That's a turkey roast. Your lovely grannies and grandchildren come round and you cook that up for them and you toss it down the sink without a thought. It comes down here, solidifies, and people like Kenny have to walk up and down in this, shoveling it up and throwing it away. It's absolutely disgusting. I probably knew that already. I didn't need to come down here to prove it, but I'm going to do it again. Well, this is the third shower I've had since I got back from the sewer, and I haven't got close to removing the smell. Having seen the scale of the problem, though, I promise you I'm determined to find out what we can do about it. So I've discovered a clever little device you can use at home. Fat traps, which is a thing like this that you leave by the sink. Instead of throwing your used fat down the sink, you just pour it into there, in this manner. You put some nuts in it. You give it a shake to make a lovely little feast, and you put it out for the birds. Or, in fact, if you haven't got one of those, you can do the same thing with a baked bean tin. Apparently, if we all do this, if we all use these fat traps and stop throwing our stuff down the sinks, we can make a huge difference to the state of our sewers and drains. Having said that, restaurants and fast food joints are the biggest fatty villains, and they also need to shape up. By law, they're obliged to have waste fat collected, although thousands of them are still illegally pouring it down the drain. But some councils are fighting back. They're collecting the fat for free and turning it into diesel for cars. So I've got a gallon here of delightful waste cooking oil from the F Word restaurant, which I brought into my garden because it's the last thing I want in my house. Because I've got a fellow here who reckons he can turn it into car fuel.
Yeah, what we're doing is we're converting it into biodiesel.
And so how much will our gallon of F Word waste cooking fat make? How much diesel?
1 gallon of used cooking oil, you'll get 1 gallon of biodiesel.
So do you need to do anything to the engine of your car to make this stuff work in it?
If you've got a properly produced biodiesel, it's a direct replacement. You don't have to modify things.
You're saying I just throw into the drum this used fat, yeah?
Literally pour it in.
Slightly green. Oh. And then I just hit this green button here, pump on.
Correct.
Is that it? That's as easy as
No,
that?
I need to add caustic soda and methanol.
Okie dokie.
So I pop that in the hopper here and start pumping the methanol over.
And how long does this take to make?
It takes about an hour mixing.
And it's that easy, and then, hey presto, we have biodiesel.
Hey presto, you have biodiesel, pump it into your car and you can drive off.
And here it comes, real diesel. Although that said, I think I'm first going to have to put it in the car and go for a drive just to make absolutely sure it works. You think I can just put this straight in the car, do you?
Just pour it straight in.
In it goes. Rightio then, it's the moment of truth. Will the car start? Hurrah! It has. I didn't believe it would. It's amazing. It smells more like a chip shop than a car, though. I have a gallon of Gordon's used fat in this car, and given that it's as good as diesel, that will get me, if I head north from my home, as far as Luton. Well, lucky me.
Excited?
Yeah, this is going to be fantastic.
This is,
I'm actually slightly nervous. Oh, no, is it burnt?
Well, no, it's got a nice crack on the top. OK, now how are you going to serve yours?
I'm going to serve it in slices like a cake.
Yeah? You just want, send it like that and give them a spoon?
Yes. But the difficulty is you have to make them with all sort of posh stuff in, don't you?
Not at all.
Oh, yes,
Chocolate
you
buttons,
do.
that's not posh. I'm going to finish mine with a touch of creme fraiche. Oh,
This is called a blob.
that's called a blob. Nice. Are you happy with that? Jean-Baptiste, take Sarah's upstairs first, OK? Yes?
Yes.
And if they don't like it, we can line their loft with some new cavity wall insulation. OK? Up. Yeah, can I just say, it's bloody heavy. Honestly, it feels like one of your breeze blocks from one of your buildings.
Hello, how are you guys? Hello. Voici. So, Danny, this is number 1.
I like the texture on the top as well, like the kind of crunchy. It's kind of nice and gooey in the middle, and it's like nice kind of crunchy outside.
It does it just drapes over your tongue, doesn't it? And the chocolate feeling.
It might be slightly too gooey, actually, just if I was going to add some constructive criticism to that. But
I find it, I
Do you
quite
not
like
think
the gooiness, just because it makes it quite a contrast from the crust.
Okay, Danny, this is number 2.
Okay, thank you. Wow.
Rob,
this is number 2.
I'm not sure about this one.
I'm not sure
It's
about the
quite
cream.
bitter.
Yeah, it's the cream. It's quite dry, actually, isn't it? It's quite flaky on the top.
I shouldn't be overconfident about, the brownies at this stage, but I have to say, I bloody am, you know that.
Are you?
Because if I lose this challenge this week, honestly,
I was going to say,
I will start liking Angie Roll Thompson. That's how confident I am I'm going to win.
Yeah, I think I've had enough of that one. Yeah.
Ali JB.
Also, this week the winner is?
Yes.
Well done, Sarah.
Oh, get out, will you? Pissing around.
Oh, no.
Sarah won.
Yes.
Oh, get out.
I'm really sorry.
The result, you know that. I'm going to go upstairs and see the judges. Where are they? Yeah, I'm glad you find it funny. Just out of interest, I mean, taste that again for me.
Okay.
Yeah, all of you, and then I can start with the lady at the end. Now, tell me what you're tasting.
It tastes bitter.
Bitter?
Yeah, it's got kind of like almost burnt taste to it.
Burnt?
Yeah, I'm afraid
slightly
so.
burnt.
Just look how wet that is in the centre.
In the middle, but you've got to get through the dry outside to get to the middle.
I don't understand it.
Just slightly too dry.
Yeah.
It's...
For my liking. Sorry.
All three of you can off out of here now as well, yes? Dear, oh dear. Useless. I'm not going to serve it. I'm going to serve my chocolate brownie, my restaurant, my customers, and my reputation on the line.
That's that.
And that's it. Do you
That
mind?
is fair enough.
I'm really sorry, but...
No, it is OK, because you do think this is poo, don't you?
no, it's just... it's...
Not nice.
It's not bad, but it's not good. Come here.
That's
Let me get round that bump. Oh, stand out here like this. Well done, well done.
Next on the menu, I rediscover Britain's most underrated but delicious meat.
If it's by you, I'd have it any day.
And Phil and Russell find out which one of them is staying and who's going home.
One of you is a follower and one of you is a creator. Right, Sarah. Yes, I know it's not your dessert, but you can still look at the pan.
Do you want me to pick the nuts out and make it better?
I don't mind you picking my nuts at all, for God's sake. Would you like a knife?
So rude.
Huh?
I do, yeah, it's stuck, you see. Mine didn't stick.
So, oh! Send that to Giles, please. Now, my God.
Perfect. Oh, gosh, it's quite nice, this.
You're going to wash your hands now, you know that. We're going to get so many
Do I?
complaints, yeah. Oh, no! Look at the buttons in mine.
Yeah, you see, disappointing, really, isn't it?
I'm glad you think so. Thanks so much.
Et voilà. Chocolate brownie with creme fraiche.
Can you just say that for me one more time?
Chocolate brownie with creme fraiche. Bon appétit.
Oh my God, that was so cute. A chocolate brownie.
Ladies, do you enjoy your chocolate brownie? Very succulent and lovely. Kind of dessert you want to take to bed, right?
Perfect.
Perfect. I can tell you,
Crunchy
like...
on the outside and soft on the inside.
Yes, and you've got a little bit of chocolate dripping down here.
Yeah, and it's perfect.
This week I've been looking at one of Britain's tastiest, but sadly, most unfashionable meats. Once upon a time, mutton was a very reasonably priced meat that everyone ate, before it fell off the kitchen radar. And not only do I want to see it back in restaurants, back on their menus, but at home as well, because this is part of our culinary heritage.
Mutton is a meat from a sheep that's at least 2 years old. It's rarely sold in supermarkets and can be hard to get your hands on. These days, most of our mutton gets eaten in Europe.
When was the last time you ate mutton?
Years ago.
Years ago. And who cooked it?
My grandmother.
It's a bit sort of old-fashioned and a bit... It's not very sort of sexy, is it, mutton?
I've never eaten mutton at all, ever.
It is a cheap cut of meat. Most people now earn more money, they buy better cuts of meat.
It looks like mutton's been completely forgotten.
So why did mutton disappear?
Totally financial. In the 1940s, the imports from Australia and New Zealand came. The price of lamb and wool went down, and it wasn't worth farmers keeping ewes for more than a single season.
So it wasn't about the flavour, it was just about the price of wool,
Absolutely.
sadly. Why should the British public out there be eating more mutton?
Because it's being extensively grazed. It cannot be factory farmed. It's the wildest and most natural meat that we can possibly eat, and one of the most delicious.
To produce the best mutton, sheep need a diet of good green grass and correct treatment once they've been slaughtered.
A mutton carcass should be hung whole for around about 2 weeks.
The meat is extraordinary. It's amazing the difference in mutton and lamb, how dark it is. And it's surrounded by a lot more fat.
You can deal with that, you know, in the cooking process. You can use the same cuts as you do in lamb from mutton.
And what's the price of mutton now?
It's about half the price of lamb.
And twice as much flavour. For someone at home cooking for the first time, what would you recommend?
Oh, I'd say the diced.
The diced?
That would be the one.
I mean, that's diced up ready now for a stew.
Ready to go.
Mutton has a reputation for being slightly tough. And the secret behind this particular dish is the length of the cooking time. So what I'm cooking here is the simplest of mutton stews. Generous with the seasoning, run it through some flour, shake it, and into the pan. So what we're doing now is put some flavour on it. Woo! Once it's brown, into the colander and just leave it to drain. Vegetables. Now, this is a stew, so we don't have any little sort of fine dices. Garlic, just in there in half. Celery, the leeks. Sprig of rosemary, and a nice sprig of thyme. Peppercorns. Lightly crush them. Add some tomato puree. Roast it off. Half bottle of house red wine. Take your mutton, mix that in, pour boiling hot water on top. So that's it. 2.5 hours on a low gas. Perfect. It's ready. Now, let's see if we can convert South London to mutton.
You want me to hash on that?
Tell you what, it's well cooked, the mutton.
That is delicious. Oh, it's lovely.
You enjoy that?
If it's by you, I'd have it any day.
Am I allowed some more?
Promise me you'll try a mutton stew this weekend. Deal?
Deal.
So come on, you lot, give mutton a go. It is a tasty meat, and let's be honest, it does deserve a second chance. How's your brownie?
Can I just tell you what I love?
Go on.
See that? That's really runny.
Oh, yeah, is there little chocolate
I
buttons
love
inside?
the runny. But get off, that's
Is that-
mine.
Like a share. It's
No,
romantic to
no,
share.
there's only one thing that I don't do, and that's share my puddings.
Your background in food, you lived in Paris.
I lived in Paris.
Yeah, and you worked part-time there?
I did. I was, oh God, I was a singing waitress. But can I just say, I was a
singing
very
waitress.
good waitress.
So karaoke was in that long ago? Serious? That was good. That's very
If you
good.
ever need
I can't believe you're doing that. You're
some
balancing with a finger
staff,
underneath there. And
you know,
spoon onto there.
I can help.
Jimmy Carr's in tonight, yes? Where is he?
Where? Oh, there he is.
There he is there. Sat upright, looking nice and pert.
Jimmy
Yes.
Carr.
Now, he presented
impersonation.
last year the 100 Worst Britons. I
Yeah.
came 82nd, and you came 95th, which is a bit out of
Did
order.
I?
Yes.
Now
So
that you've
untrue.
told me that,
Yes.
I'll name him as
Yeah.
well later as well.
Yeah, I'm going to get him to
Catapult.
taste. Yeah, big time. He actually sits like a little public schoolboy over there, doesn't he? He's like the sort of
We're
the lost
talking
brother.
about you.
Oh, God. First of all, to both of you, well done. One step away from working with me personally. Phil, how bad do you want it?
The knowledge I'd learn off you, Gordon, would just be unreal. And it's a case of I want to soak up all the knowledge that you can teach me so I can take it away and then open my own restaurant.
Russell, how bad do you want it?
I want it really bad. This is what I'm trying to train for, and just to have that chance, and like nothing like this ever happens to me. Literally being a whole small town Chinese lad in the takeaway to this. What more can I say?
It's a tough decision for me. However, there was one big difference between you both this evening, because one of you is a follower and one of you is a creator. And Phil, you followed Russell. And that's the reason why you're going home tonight. I'm really sorry.
Thank you.
Keep going.
I will do.
Yes?
Yeah, chef.
You?
Cheers, thank you very
Get
much.
some sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
Yeah. Thank you, chef.
Next week on The F Word, along with our main course of sea bass, the time has finally come to slaughter the turkeys.
Next time you see them, Lily, it's going to be on a plate.
And Janet Street Porter and I clash in the kitchen.
Any women in the audience will not eat pastry. So you're wasting your time.
Very kind.
I'm going to sing you a little song.
Just imagine you're in Paris, yes? Not Ladbroke
I'd
Grove.
just like to apologise. Now, it's worse for me than it is for you. Just want you to know that. Georgia, Georgia, the whole day long, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
Fantastic, amazing, yes! Welcome to The F Word. On the menu tonight for our main course, a delicious pan-roasted sea bass with a sweet and sour pepper sauce.
It's gobble gobble, croak as the turkeys breathe their last.
Do I feel any remorse? Do I?
Janet Street Porter sets me straight on my fig tart.
I can give you my word that any women in the audience will not eat pastry. So you're wasting your time.
And my trainees learn that I won't accept second best.
It's only going in one place, darling. That's going in the bin. Okay, on order, 6 covers, table 2. 6 ravioli, main course, 6 sea bass.
Oui.
Yeah, Colin Jackson, watch that table, please.
Yep.
Tonight's starter is a duck and chestnut ravioli with a sauce of Jerusalem artichoke. How long, Miller?
1 minute left.
Yeah, spinach then. Otherwise, I'm going to throw the raviolis back. Let's go, yes?
Stop the spinach.
I've got 3 commis in the kitchen this week. Tama, Miller, and Danny. Only one of them can come back next week. Right, now, first table, Tama. Raviolis are overcooked. Spinach is not ready, yes? Oui, chef. How long for yours?
30 seconds.
Let's serve yours first, but can I have the spinach first?
Chef, it's ready.
Too late. Sorry, big boy. Missed your chance. That's cowboy cooking. Not in here. Wakey, wakey, yes?
Yes, chef.
Now we're serving a Jerusalem artichoke sauce with the ravioli. Don't peel them. The flavour's in that skin. Slice it in half and just slice it down, almost like you're slicing shallots. It's important to start soaking them straight away, otherwise they'll go black. Now we've sweated them down, we're going to add some chicken stock, but you can add a vegetable stock and keep it as a vegetarian sauce. Bring it up to the boil, turn down the heat, 8 to 10 minutes, and then they're going to be ready for pureeing. Look. And there we have the most amazing Jerusalem artichoke sauce ready for the ravioli. Miller?
Yes, gone.
Far too thick and it's like starch.
We'll put
Yes?
more stock in it, gone.
And Miller?
More stock. Yes, gone.
You can do something with these as well now, yeah? Start again. Sorry.
Next, the filling for the ravioli.
Duck confit. Basically, it's going to be cooked in its own fat. Get your duck fat and just pour the duck fat over the legs. 180 degrees in the oven for about 1 hour, 45 minutes. Nice and slow.
Next, shred the duck off the bone and add a tablespoon each of chestnut puree, sherry vinegar and double cream. Season with chives and bind it all together.
Get your mix and put it into a nice ball, because that's the shape of the ravioli. But look, you can still see the duck, the chives, the cream, and that's ready to go in between the pasta. 2 discs per portion, duck into the centre of the pasta, and then we use an egg wash around the outside that binds the pasta together. 1 disc on top of the other, place over the ravioli, push down, lift up into your hands, and just squeeze all the air out and go around. And just remember the sort of days when you used to grow up with those flying saucer spaceships with a sherbet in the centre. That's all we're trying to create. Nice round top and a nice round bottom. Most important thing about cooking raviolis is always add a touch of oil to the water. That strengthens the pasta when we put the raviolis in the water and also protects it. And then just get the pan and twist the pan from left to right. And what that does, it prevents any ravioli from sticking on the bottom. Turn that gas back up now. Yeah? If you put the 6 in there, the temperature's gone down, so you have to be intelligent now, turn the heat back up a little bit. If it's not boiling, what happens to the ravioli?
It will just break apart.
It will burst, and it will sink to the bottom, and it will stick to the pan, then we'll throw more away. And with that, you can off home, yeah? Salt, Tama, let's go. Oh, no. Yeah, no, you just put a big clump in there, Miller.
I'll talk to the renter.
Yeah, or take it out. You don't just put a clump in there, otherwise someone's going to have a very salty ravioli, yeah? Get it in the bin and start again.
Chef, I've got 10 seconds, start.
Yeah, that's right.
6.
I don't want all that bullshit, 10, 5. I just give you 1 minute.
Yes, chef.
6 raviolis in.
Oui.
When they're in the water, then you connect with me.
Yes, chef.
Until then, shut the up, OK?
They're going in now, chef.
Let's go. Turn the gas down, please. Yes. OK. Spinach. In the centre of the bowl. And the spinach helps the ravioli stay in place. Now, the Jerusalem artichoke sauce. That is winter at its best. Come on, Tama, come on, you're fast asleep again. Honestly, you're like a big telegraph pole. Come on, big boy, you have got to bend those bones.
Yes, chef.
You know that, yeah? You're about as flexible as a post box. Move, go, table 6. Go. How was your duck ravioli?
It was absolutely delicious.
Yes? This time of year, wintry, sumptuous, rich, chestnuts beautiful.
It is so well balanced, the flavours. Very creamy, it's meaty, perfect.
It's Judgment Day for the turkeys, and it's the first time I've ever slaughtered an animal.
The turkey's time is up. Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall has popped round to give me some advice on slaughtering the turkeys.
What are your plans for how they're going to be slaughtered?
Chris, the farmer's going to come down and bring
Do
a
it
mobile slaughterhouse, a trailer, and do it properly, like, here.
That's brilliant. Has he explained exactly how that's going to be done?
Yeah, it's a very straightforward procedure. They're going to be stun gunned. They'll die instantly, 3 to 4 seconds.
That's definitely the right thing. Get him here, get it done here. Then no long journeys, no extra stress.
And any preparation for that? I mean...
Yeah, absolutely. You shouldn't feed them for 24 hours before slaughter.
Really?
Well, because you're going to hang them with the guts in, which is right for developing the flavour. But you want the guts in, but you don't want any shit in there. It can just maybe turn the flavour a little bit on a long hanging.
So now I'm going to starve them for 24 hours before we kill them?
That's just the way it goes. That's almost all animals go to slaughter on an empty stomach. And it's definitely the right thing for the meat.
I also asked Hugh, what's the right way to prepare the kids?
If, as I'm guessing might be likely, most of the kids don't want to see them go to slaughter.
No.
What you should still do, I think, is bring them to say goodbye.
Right.
So that they understand there's a finality.
Okay.
That's it. Bye-bye to the... Today we're going to say goodbye to the turkeys.
Now the morning's arrived for that goodbye.
Bit of a milestone today for the kids. I was dying to get to this particular day because I wanted them to understand exactly the whole objective to why we're doing this. Here we go. No hold, let them out. We say goodbye properly.
Come on, Grumpy Bag.
Which one are we going to eat first?
Nigella. Gary.
Why Nigella?
Because he's the biggest.
She's the biggest. Doesn't mean to say she's going to be the tastiest. You know that?
But could we keep their feet?
No, we're not keeping their feet. Right, listen, I want you to say, yes, goodbye to them. We've succeeded in what we set out to do, Meg. Grown our own Christmas lunch. Well done for looking after them. For me, being a chef, of course, it's been an amazing journey for them to understand what it's like to go to the farm, to pick them up, to look after them, to feed them, to clean them, and then to eat them. It's crucial for any child. Bye, turkeys. I'll see you in the oven.
Can I see them being killed?
No, you can't see them being killed, no.
Next on the menu, along with our main course of sea bass with a sweet and sour pepper sauce, I get Martine McCutcheon back in the kitchen for the perfect roast beef and Yorkshire pudding.
I thought you'd make me cry, but because you'd be shouting all of it or something.
And I get my commis to run the kitchen on their own.
The last person on the hot plate is going home.
We're the chef.
1 minute from now, yes? 4 sea bass in. Oui, chef. Let's go. Miller.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Danny. Yeah, get on the stove and stop hiding. Yes? Welcome back to the F Word. Time now for the main course. Pan-roasted sea bass with a sweet and sour pepper sauce. Sea bass. In French, loup de mer. That means wolf of the sea.
Fillet.
Just run the knife all the way down. One nice long swipe. And there you go. One fillet off. Easy.
Pepper sauce.
Rather than cut the peppers in half and take out the seeds, just cut around it, leave the seeds in there and do the job once. Almost like as if you're peeling an orange.
Shallots.
Nice hot pan.
Olive oil. Star anise.
The anisey flavour goes absolutely beautifully with the sweetness of the peppers.
Salt. Basil. White wine vinegar. Burma. Reduce.
It gives body to the sauce. Nice, glossy, syrupy.
200 mils of water. Simmer.
It's fresh, it's vibrant, and it goes brilliantly with the sea bass.
Blitz.
Absolutely beautiful bass.
Score. Salt. Thyme.
It just so perfumes the sea bass.
Olive oil.
Skin side down. In it goes. Fingers on top for 30 seconds. 90% of the cooking time will take place in that skin. But you'll know when it's cooked when it starts turning bright white. Now it's time to turn it over. Just finish it with olive oil.
Sea bass with pepper sauce. Done.
With the sea bass, we're serving braised endive and rice pilaf. Now, endive is something you eat a lot of raw in salads. I quite like it this way because it's sort of roasted, braised, cooked in orange juice, and it's the perfect way of cooking endive, especially in winter. Now that we've got the colour on there, the caramelisation is taking place on the outside, it's time to add a touch of Grand Marnier. Grand Marnier in. Whew. Merry Christmas. Once we've burnt off the alcohol, get your orange juice, give it a good shake, and now, look, orange juice into the pan. Into the oven, 10 to 12 minutes, and by the time the orange juice is evaporated, the endive is cooked. Miller?
Yes, Gordon.
Look at the bass. Miller, it's only going in one place, darling. That's going in the bin. It's burnt.
Sorry,
Start again.
Yes.
No. And Danny, what the are you doing? What are you doing?
I was just making sure this didn't burn, Chef, and...
You're making sure the sea bass is burnt? Oh, you've done that already?
No, the sauce, Chef. I just took it off the heat.
Right, OK. Basically, can you get a grip?
Yes, Chef.
10 portions of sea bass in the bin, nothing happening.
Yes, Chef.
You're looking busy. We're actually doing nothing. I know what you're doing, just spinning around, you know, like this, bobbing around. Nothing's actually been done. Now, there's the top of the endive.
Oui.
Yeah? Get the endive coming back down like this. See that nice little point it had?
Oui.
And place the base of the endive, yeah? At the base of the plate. Look.
Oui.
Yeah? And follow it up. Now watch. There's the sea bass. There's the top, there's the bottom.
Oui.
White, the sea bass, on there. Now look. I'm going to show you this one. Watch. Sauce. 1 spoon. Round. And look at the colours. Look. There you go. Well done. Finish it off. How long, Miller, please? Now.
Ready to go, Gordon.
Look at that there. Look. Yeah? Beautiful. The colours are there. Yes? Do that plate, I'll do this one. Yes? Happy with that?
Oui, Chef.
Are you happy with that?
Oui.
So you should be. Go, please. I've been in another woman's kitchen this week helping her to make the perfect roast beef and Yorkshire pudding.
I've changed my mind.
Hold on a minute. We're going to go perfect Sunday dinner. Roast beef, roast potatoes, Yorkshire puddings, some carrots and cabbage, and then maybe a really nice sort of sexy gravy.
Can I just say in advance
Yes.
that I'm quite an intelligent woman, but when it comes to the kitchen, I don't mind admitting I'm a complete bimbo.
What's that?
Some hollandaise sort of sauce.
Hollandaise salty sauce. No, that's dripping. That's going to make the perfect Yorkshire pudding. So the key to this is to have a time plan.
Right.
Yeah? Everything else after that falls into sync. There's a cloth for you, so always keep your cloth there like that. So you've always got it to hand up and down, not over the shoulder, not left lying around. Okay. And then when you want to touch something in the oven, you can always just hold it there, nip it out. First thing, most important thing, we'll get the beef in. Now season the fat.
Season the fat?
Yeah, because what that does, it gets rid of the water in the fat and makes it a lot more tasty. Start it off on 250 degrees.
250.
There we go.
There's the first lot. Put
There we
something
go.
in the oven.
So the first time we stuck one in the oven?
Yeah.
Yorkshire pudding mix. 1, 2, and then finger and thumb in, and just lift open. 1 egg. Okay?
You've got
Yeah?
a bit of shell in there.
Where?
There.
You saw it out.
Yeah, my nerves are gone.
Okay, well spotted.
He is human.
I'm gonna get some milk, bit of pepper.
Oh my.
So it's fat, so that's gonna help them rise and stop them from sticking.
Do we have to have that much in there? You've put more milk in there.
Yeah, just a tablespoon.
We're
Just
gonna
let
have
it
a
down.
heart attack.
Put that in there. Over we go to the tray. In one. That's it. Good. A little bit more. Good. Whilst the beef is roasting away, they should go zoom. And now we're to do the easy stuff. Roast potatoes.
I have had nights where I'm thinking, God, it would be so great if I could cook right now. Christmas dinner, sometimes I'd like Christmas at mine, and then my mum's like, no, why do we have it at yours? Because then we've got to cook, and we haven't got everything we need there, and we have to bring everything with us.
I like to get the tray on top of the gas ring before it goes in the oven. It just stops it from sticking. Watch your fingers. Rosemary.
He's bloody spitting.
Yeah, it does, but that's the water from the potatoes. Now you can start to see the potatoes colouring a little bit. Let's check the beef. Put your fingers like this and just touch your jaw like that, inside your cheek, yeah?
Mine's very
Yeah.
squidgy.
Yeah. That means it's rare when you hit on the beef like that, so that's still quite rare. If it's medium, it's firm, it's like your chin. Medium, well done.
Medium, well done, Greg.
They are absolutely amazing. Just to finish them off properly, the secret is to turn them around, turn them upside down, so they cook underneath.
Oh, look at that.
I'm going to throw in a little bit of onion.
Do you know what? They're doing my eyes in.
Yeah, absolutely right. Dear, oh dear. Cool. Shit, they're strong.
I thought you'd make me cry, but because you'd be shouting all about or something, not because of the onions.
What are we doing now? Gravy?
Gravy. What I'm going to do is just put some of these tomatoes in the bottom. All they're going to do is actually make the gravy a little bit sweet. You know, I grew up in a 3-bedroom council estate, shared a bedroom with my brother. This kind of food we didn't eat.
No, I didn't either. There's quite a few foods that I was kind of quite frightened of, I must admit.
Like what?
Well, I mean, the word organic, I immediately thought that was something disgusting for a long time when I was younger. And when people used to say that they were kind of vegetarian, I used to think, ooh,
what's that?
what on earth would you eat then? Because everything, like I say, was chicken, chips and beans, fish, chips and beans.
Yeah.
You know.
And that was it.
And that was it.
A nice knob of butter in there.
Where's the butter?
Butter should be in the fridge.
OK, how big do you want the knob to be?
Pass that through a sieve.
Right, so have I got time to quickly just put a bit of makeup on and brush my hair and make it look like this was completely effortless?
Yep.
Great.
How long? 5 minutes?
Of course, it's natural.
Now, women back in the kitchen.
I know. Right, they're here, and I've set them down. I love my friends, but they are quite judgmental.
Are they?
When it comes to my cooking.
I've never seen her in the kitchen, actually.
Fussy.
They're just dreading it, I think.
Martine cooking, are we a bit worried?
Don't worry about getting everything sort of piping hot. The beef's rested.
Yes.
Yorkshire puddings are served at room temperature. Yeah.
Are you sure they're meant to be served at room
Yeah,
temperature?
no, what we'll do, just before we take the potatoes out, we'll stick them in the oven.
Just a little bit of heat.
Absolute definite. Try and keep the plates nice and clean.
So it looks like I really do know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and you're in control. That beef looks delicious. Yeah, see how it's coming together? Colour, so it's just all almost coming out like a sort of a chain reaction. This has to be your pièce de résistance. Yeah. Crispy and nice and light. Look at that. Yeah, that's it. Good. Ready?
Well, that's it.
Well done, babe.
Oh my
now,
God.
yeah, here we go. Okay. Thank you, babe.
That is probably one of the best Yorkshire puddings I've ever tasted in my life.
I can't stop thinking about that. You've done it. That's what's going through every mouthful. I'm just thinking, oh, God. It's Martine.
Don't associate
Chris
cooking with Martine.
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, well done.
Well done.
Well done. Cheers.
My request that you don't let off the hook.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Right, Danny, Miller, Tama, come here, yes? Now, the brigade are going out, and you're going to cook a table on your own. Yes?
Yes, chef.
OK. The last person on the hot plate is going home.
Chef.
Miller, you got 4 sea bass, table 12. Wait. Danny, you got 6 sea bass, table 8. And you, Tama, have got 5 sea bass, table 5, yes?
Oui.
Whoever doesn't do it up to scratch, OK, is going home. 4 minutes on the hot plate. Move your ass, yes? Pilaf piping hot. Sauce beautifully seasoned. Sea bass nice and crispy. Seasoned with thyme flowers. Rock salt in there, yes? Let's go. Come on, Tama. Watch your bass. Don't blow it now, big boy, yeah? Let's go, yes? Good. Cool the pan down. Not enough colour on there, Danny. So I don't know why you're turning them. Look, that looks boiled. We may as well steam the sea bass.
Chef, I'm ready in 1 minute.
1 minute? I'll be very surprised if those sea bass are ready in 1 minute. How long, Danny? Make it count, yes?
3 minutes, Chef.
Service, please. Table 5 here. Don't sod the plates up now. Take your time, yes? Come on. We all started off at the same time. However, it's all coming out in different times. Quite interesting. Let's go. Don't you dare send that. Come on, hurry up. Work and talk at the same time. Stop gawping. Oh, all that lovely, delicious food. Now you're going to send it on dirty plates. You ready?
Yes, Chef.
Send it then.
OK, can you go, please?
Table 5.
Table 5,
Weren't
Chef.
listening. Interesting. Right down the hot plate. How long, Miller, please?
I'm coming up now.
You're coming up now, yes? Table 12, Miller, please.
Table 12.
How long, Danny?
1 minute, Chef.
Yeah, nicely sauced. Very nicely sauced. Bass?
Chef?
Now, that's one piece of bass.
Yes.
Yeah. And the person sat opposite, we sat with that piece of bass.
Different size.
And they went in the pan at the same time?
So they won't be cooked the same.
Are you happy with that? That's the question I've got to ask you.
No, Chef. Not now, no.
I respect your honesty.
Thank you.
Because I'm not happy with that.
4 more bass?
Start again. Service.
No, I'm going home.
That's the top of the bass, that's the belly. Turn it around. That's at 6 o'clock, yeah. I mean, I've been meaning it for the last 4 hours. That's better. Thank you.
Okay.
Table.
16.
Go.
Thank you.
Come on, Danny, please. How long?
It's not quite there, Chef.
Yeah.
One fish, not quite there.
You OK? Not quite long. I've got to have a...
1 minute, Chef.
1 minute. There you go. Thank you. Yes.
Table 10, please.
Ladies.
Gordon.
How was the bass?
I liked it.
Yes.
Was that wild or farmed?
That we don't use farm bass. Line caught.
Right.
And cooked on the skin, so
Yeah.
nice and crispy.
I
Seasoned
like
with
the
thyme
skin.
flowers.
I think the skin. It really annoys me when I see people leave the skin because the skin's where all the nutrition is.
I know, but I
and
mean,
it's where all the oil is.
That's why we cook it on there, and of course we season it with thyme flowers, and it's really nice and crispy.
It was really, really good. I'm not a massive fish fan, but I think this has converted me.
There was a lot of depth to the flavours. I think terrifically tangy red pepper sauce. Fantastic. Really, really enjoyed it. Love it.
OK, Tama. Yeah, Danny. And Miller, quick.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Well done. Yeah. That was a test to push you to the extreme there, you know that. Yeah? And boy, did it feel like you're really on your own there, cooking everything, from the endive, pilaf, the bass. That was a race to see who had it together. Do you understand? Oui. Yes? And Danny, I so respect what you said there, because you knew one bass was overcooked.
Yes.
And one bass was cooked perfectly.
Yes.
Unfortunately, not good enough.
No.
But you've got to be happy with yourself tomorrow morning.
Yeah, cool.
The effort, big boy, was 110%.
Thank you.
And something to be really proud of. Good night.
Good night.
And remember what you did.
Good night, guys.
Yes? Say good night to him.
Next on the menu, it's pudding time. Janet Street Porter thinks her baked fig recipe is better than mine.
I'd like to wish you good luck. Yes?
You're wishing me luck?
Yeah,
I think with your track record, I should be wishing you luck.
And Giles Corrin finds out what are your pet restaurant hates.
So if our maitre d', Jean-Baptiste, came over to you in the restaurant, in the F-word restaurant, and said, "Excuse me, madame, we'll have no titine here," what would you do?
I'd probably complain, actually.
And it's the final countdown for the turkeys.
I'm going to put that in its mouth and then...
Now it's time for pudding, and Janet Street Porter's going to attempt to beat me with her favourite fig pudding. I always say that to my sort of fellow contestants, good luck.
You're wishing me luck?
Yeah,
I think with your track record, I should be wishing you luck.
I can tell you've got attitude already, your hands are folded. Are you in a
Yeah,
mood?
my body language is like...
Body language.
I know this kind of dessert's a bit beneath you. It's not complicated enough for you, is it? Not unless you're going to make some chocolate doodly-dar thing on the top.
Just going to be a nice, simple fig tart. Nothing more
Tart?
than
You're making a tart?
You're in the kitchen, so I thought nothing better to do than a nice
You're
tart.
making a big tart?
Yes!
You absolute slimy I'm just doing baked figs.
No.
What do you mean? Since when did you add the pastry bit? I thought we were cooking the same thing.
It's a fig recipe. You had your baked...
Well, I can give you my word that any women in the audience will not eat pastry. So you're wasting your time. I'm making the kind of dessert women like. Fruit.
We'll
not
find out.
pastry. fruit.
Right, OK. I'm not going to argue. Not now. We've only been in the kitchen 3 minutes. Cool, dear, oh dear.
This is a bit of a very easy dessert, which is baked figs, which you just cut up and then you squeeze so they open up a bit. And also, when you buy the figs, you don't want to be buying figs that are too ripe because they'll disintegrate before you even start. Bugger off. Don't put me off. Shut up. Just move away. I'm just sprinkling over some brown sugar.
Janet's doing a baked fig dessert. I'm doing a very, very simple, straightforward fig tart, which Janet thinks is slightly poncy, but it's not. It's just puff pastry, frangipane, which is made out of almonds, eggs, sugar, and icing sugar. We're going to spread the frangipane on the puff pastry and just bake it in the oven for 2 to 3 minutes. And then once the frangipane starts to cook, I'm going to take out the tart and lay the figs on there. In the oven, 2.5, 3 minutes, done. In we go.
I'm just adding some marsala, which is a sweet Italian dessert wine. You can use it. It's worth having a bottle of this at home, actually, because you can use it in quite a lot of desserts. Good for trifle.
Now, I know you're trying to put me off, but look what's happening now to my fig tart. Pastry's half cooked. Frangipane started to rise. All I'm going to do now is just put the figs on top. That doesn't look poncy to you, does it? And look what I'm doing. Icing sugar and 5 spice. OK, glaze over the tart. Oh, I'm so determined I'm going to win this one, you know that? Huh? Just have a little smell of that.
It smells fantastic. It's great.
Now we're going to glaze them in the oven. How are yours doing?
They're fine. They need a bit longer.
Now, it's quite fascinating. You are a classified foodie, but was it your mum who taught you? Or...
Oh, no, my mother couldn't cook. My mother was a ghastly cook.
Really?
She could only cook... I wish she belongs to that generation where they cooked everything for far, far too long.
Stews.
Sunday lunch. I mean, they
Grey
would
beef.
literally put the meat on the minute you finish breakfast. And then there's that strange working class meal called tea, which you have on a Sunday, where you open a tin of ham and you have the salad, which is a lettuce with 2 tomatoes. Can I look at my figs?
Yes, of course you can.
Yeah, they're done.
They're done. How do you know they're done?
Because they're soft to the touch.
Yes. Are you cooking this for your birthday? We're not allowed to say it's your 59th birthday, are we?
Say I'm 59, and you can say I'm nearly as old as your mother, you're rude.
You are the same age as my mum.
I look great.
So, I know you do. Yeah, do you know what I'm going to do now? Just while they're coming out of the oven, still nice and warm, I'm just going to glaze it with a little bit of honey. Heat it up, and then back in the oven for 30 seconds. Now, do you cook at home with your partner?
We don't cook at the same time.
Why?
I've been married 4 times, Gordon. I know where it all goes wrong, so I don't want it to go wrong. So we never cook the same meal at the same time.
So that's where it goes
pear-shaped. And also, he wants to eat things like mashed potato. I can't eat mashed potato. I'll have an arse the size of a house.
Honey, figs, spice. Have you any idea how much I've got to win this? Eh? You got no idea.
You had to do an entirely different dish to me in order to win.
Hey.
No, that's hard in there.
A little bit of a rest time?
Yeah, slightly sort of come down time, yes. How was your sea bass?
It was lovely. Flavours are just not too overpowering.
No.
Just, just nice.
You do quite a lot of cooking.
I do. I enjoy cooking. It's one of the only few creative things I can do.
And how did you learn to cook? I mean, how did you first get involved with sort of cooking?
Do you know? No, I used to watch. Just sit and watch. Didn't do anything. Take any lessons, do any recipe books, just watch how my parents used to cook. And my father used to do most of the cooking.
Okay.
My very first meal I ever cooked wasn't a Jamaican meal, funny enough.
No.
It was sweet and sour pork.
Sweet and sour pork.
And I was 9 when I did that with.
You guys have been spending a lot of time together over the last couple of months. Yes. Was Erin a good teacher? Was she?
Excellent.
Yes.
Patience of a saint.
Show me position 1.
There's no position.
We don't have that.
Isn't there?
No. Ask him to show you a cha-cha-cha or a...
Just show me any position.
It's quite difficult. I mean, the first thing, if you try to learn to, certainly when we're doing some assembly, is to try to learn to roll your hips.
Sounds good.
So from
Ready?
here, over, roll, and back.
Slowly, do slowly. Schmuck, you've been doing this for 2 months now. So do slowly and make sure no one's watching, yeah?
You take your foot to the side, you roll in, through...
Roll your hip and go back. Hey,
I like it. I can't believe we've done that. No.
That looks the basis of a good Latin dancer. It's looking good.
Hold on, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
Hello, Giles.
Hello, Gordon.
What have you been doing this week?
I've been looking at things that ought to be banned from restaurants. You know, basically the government are banning smoking from everywhere.
Yes.
And I thought smoking's, I mean, I know it's banned in your restaurants.
Have been for a long time.
But it's not the end of the world that they're smoking, and there are things which are far more irritating in restaurants. So we did a survey to find out what other things people would like to see banned. Welcome to Chez Giley. For one day only, the owners of this restaurant have kindly lent it to me, and now that I'm a restaurateur, I'm going to start banning things, almost everything, the things that annoy me. I don't know what annoys you. For example, people who drink cappuccinos after dinner. It's a breakfast drink. Or ugly people. They just put me off my food. Supposing it was your restaurant, though, what would you ban? The Harden's Restaurant Guide has concluded that people who eat out regularly find 1 in 4 meals unsatisfactory. In a bid to try and improve things, we commissioned a survey of 2,000 people to find out what the public would like to see banned from restaurants forever.
I hate that having to buy a bottle of water when a glass of tap water would do.
10th most popular answer was paying for bottled still water. Nonetheless, this year restaurants have shifted 200 million bottles of it.
Bad background music needs to be banned.
Background music is there at number 9.
Women wearing really chokingly overpowering perfume.
In our survey, that was the 8th most popular answer. Can you think of anything else that people might like to see banned from restaurants?
I think probably children.
Do you think we should ban children? Do you think we should just throw them out? Or do you think we should let them stay?
Let them stay.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, banning children came in at number 7.
Breastfeeding?
I think if women want to breastfeed, then they should be encouraged to do it in the window. 6th in our top 10 of most popular answers was breastfeeding in restaurants. But 2/3 of mothers attempt to breastfeed their babies, and the wind is definitely behind breastfeeders. In Scotland now, you're committing a crime if you try to stop it, and UNICEF wants the rest of the UK to go the same way.
If people are that offended, it's up to them to leave. It's not up to me. If my child's hungry and wants to eat, then, you know, to me it's more embarrassing and it would ruin your evening more to have a baby that was screaming.
So if our maitre d', Jean-Baptiste, came over to you in the restaurant, in the F-word restaurant, and said, "Excuse me, madame, we'll have no titine here," what would you do?
Oh, I think I'd probably complain, actually.
What do you think the most popular answer might have been?
Maybe PDAs, kissing, making
PDAs?
Public displays of affection.
5th in the survey was snogging in restaurants, with more than 1/4 of people voting for it to be banned.
The toilets are not the sort of place you'd want to be parked close by, so bad placement of tables.
Our survey says that tables too close to the loo are at number 4.
Mobile phones. People talking on their mobile phones.
One minute. Yeah. No, I'm doing a bit of telly. Sorry, what was that? You were saying there was something you want...
Mobile phones?
Oh. Unsurprisingly, mobile phones come in nice and high at number 3, but women are less interested in banning them than men. What do you think the top answer might have been?
Say if you're going for a romantic meal and you get sat next to a whole group full of people, maybe that haven't seen each other for ages.
So what we're basically talking about is badly planned tables, specifically thinking about romantic couples.
Yeah.
Tables too close together. It's our 2nd most popular answer.
One of them most irritating is when you are charged service charge. And then, of course, you get the chip back after they've taken your card away. And on it will be gratuity as well.
So that thing where they add the 12.5%.
Yeah, and then
they bring it back with a blank
Then there's a nice
slip.
little, space, gratuity, and you think, well, I've paid that much, so should I actually doubly pay?
It's our top answer. The terrible practice of trying to make people tip twice is what most people want banned. And you're not the only ones. The trading standards people are unhappy about it too.
We looked at about 95 restaurants across London and found out that well over half of them were practising double tipping.
So what couldn't be done about this?
We forwarded our findings to the Department of Trade and Industry. As far as I'm aware, they haven't done anything about it to date.
Double tipping. You voted it the thing you most want to see banned from British restaurants. But this lot clearly are not going to do anything about it, so we're going to have to. And our campaign begins with you. What you have to do is log on to the F-Word website and name and shame any restaurant that has ever tried it on with you.
You've cooked the non-diet option, and I've cooked the option for women who do not want to have big bums.
Oh, come on. Oh,
I want to taste my juice.
I want to taste my juice.
That is fantastic.
Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, God, do you want to taste my juice?
Tastes a little bit like Benelin. Right, Jean-Baptiste.
Benelin?
Up you go. Yes?
Cough mixture.
Nice and soft with a pastry. Delicious. Do you
It's
like that?
delicious, but it's too rich for me.
Oh, here we go.
It smells lovely.
Is it a bit hard?
Is it phyllo pastry?
Well, either that or puff pastry that shouldn't rise. Oh, blimey.
Oh, it's caramel.
It looks, yeah, it looks like it's been caramelised around the top. They're not too sweet, are they?
Okay, so now we're serving dessert number 2.
Okay.
Voici.
The figs.
The figs are kind of juicier and plumper, aren't they?
I love the juice around it, the sauce around it.
Thank you.
OK, Jean-Baptiste, you well?
The winner is Jeanette.
Fantastic!
Again!
Fantastic!
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, no,
What did
sure.
I say?
But what did they say?
You shouldn't take me on. You shouldn't have took me
No,
on. I told you I only played to win.
the puff pastry, a little bit too hard.
The puff pastry a little bit
and
too
they like
hard.
the ice cream, you know, with the raisin and the vanilla.
Do you know my saving grace? I'm actually quite happy to lose to a talented cook. Don't get out of my kitchen, Janet Street Porter.
Confident.
Next week on The F Word, we finally get to eat the turkeys. But first I have to kill them. I don't want them to have to travel before slaughter, so I'm going to do it in my garden. Turkey farmer Chris Frederick has returned to my house with a mobile slaughter unit.
I'm going to take them, put them in the shackle here, and then I am going to stun them. This is the probe. I'm going to put that in its mouth.
Yeah.
I just hit the button and the...
For God's sake. Oh, mate, look at you sat on your perch. Relax, relax. Do I feel any remorse? Do I feel slightly guilty? Do I?
I'm not going to have a go at slaughtering myself. Chris is a licensed slaughterman, so my turkeys are in expert hands.
1, 2, 3. Eyelids are coming back. We're about there.
That was so quick.
That's it, done. Just cutting the arteries and veins in the back of the throat there, look. Right there. No obvious discomfort for the bird at all.
Can I just say thank God the girls aren't here, you know that? The bag on this head is full.
Just for our convenience, really, so we're not splashing blood around all over the place.
Sure.
Yeah. OK, so we're going to get on with the plucking now.
The turkeys are staying in their houses, so they can't see what's going on.
Ainsley. Ready, steady, pluck. Oh, dear. Ainsley.
OK, here we go.
Oh, Gaza. Let's go, big boy.
OK.
There you go.
Right.
Excellent.
OK, that'll do.
Annie Parker works at Chrissy's farm and has been plucking since she was 6.
I suppose the first time I plucked a turkey, it was quite scary.
Really?
Yeah.
And how many birds can you pluck in one day?
Probably about 30.
30. Your hands they must hurt, no?
Towards the end of the day, yeah.
Incredible.
It does get a bit sore on your fingers.
And it's a lot easier to do it when they're warm.
Yeah, much easier.
Yeah.
Starting off with cold hands can be a bit slow.
Working on the farm, you don't get attached to them, do you?
Oh, no, definitely not. No.
What would you give me as a piece of advice?
Always start from the wings.
Always from the wings, because they're the thinnest part of the bird.
That's right, yeah. Work your way down to the neck.
Yep.
And then just come back up to the breast and just work your way around till you get to the legs.
And don't rip them. So when you first met your boyfriend, yeah, what did you do? Oh, I'm a mechanic. Oh, what do you do, love? Yeah, I'm a turkey plucker.
This one's picked up very, very well.
Hasn't he? One pluck Gary. Come on, Jamie. Be a good boy. Here we go.
Straight into the shackle.
Yep.
We go.
I'm standing well back. There's 600 volts going through those birds.
Let's go, Delia. Cool dear.
Stunned.
Come on, Nigella. No. God, she's so big she can't even fit through the door. The last one.
Yeah.
Why do we use electricity and not breaking the neck?
Well, we find it a much more humane way of dealing with the job.
Very quick and straightforward.
That's the job done for the day.
It's a sad ending, but it's the start of an exciting beginning. OK. Oh, dear. Finally. That's exactly what I wanted. Stun-gunned, plucked, and ready for the butchers. Thank God the kids aren't here. Enjoying the taste of victory, madam?
I am
Madam
so
Porter,
enjoying.
I bet you are. I bet it's sliding down the back of the throat with the greatest of ease.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's good.
It's
You
good.
see, it does taste nice.
Yes. I'm glad you're happy.
I loved it.
Good girl.
You know.
Janet Street Porter's happy, everybody.
Won't last.
Hi, Rach.
Hello.
How are you, darling?
Very well.
Did you enjoy your figs?
I thought they were okay.
Okay, yeah, nothing more.
Nothing special.
And so what have you been up to this week?
I've been looking at labels and what they do and don't tell you about products, especially when they suggest something's good for you.
Most of us would like to be healthy and eat foods that are good for us, so when we shop, we pick up things that fit in with that. But because of our current labelling laws, manufacturers can perfectly legally present foods in a way that suggests they might be better for us than they really are. Take this, for example. It's an officially low-fat biscuit. Personally, I'd imagine that if I bought this, I'd be eating less calories. But what the front of the packet doesn't tell you is that these biscuits are very high in sugar. So these officially low-fat biscuits contain more calories than these, and these, and these, none of which I'd dream of buying if I was watching my weight. Is it just me, or are other people confused by the labels on the front of products? Why would you buy something that said low fat on it?
Because it makes you feel better about what you're eating, really.
Do you think it might be low calorie?
Well, if it's saying low fat, one would assume, I suppose, that the two are linked.
You expect them to tell you the truth, not just skip over the bad bit.
They shouldn't be allowed to have that in big letters and what really is content in small letters.
The labels on many products make claims about their fat content, but the front of the packet only tells half the story.
When manufacturers reduce the fat, often you lose flavour, and they may add sugar in order to give you back that flavour. But the claim that they're making is only about that specific nutrient. If it's low in fat, that's all they're claiming. What's really important is that you look at the whole food, look at the back of the pack, and I think manufacturers could make that labelling much clearer.
It's amazing what the labelling laws allow. Look at this. This is a plain yoghurt with 3.7 grams of fat per 100 grams. And this is a low-fat yoghurt with 1.2 grams of fat per 100 grams. I can add this whole bag of sugar and this still counts as a low-fat yoghurt, which is a claim that the other one just can't make.
Yeah, well, officially, that is still less than 3% fat, so that is a low-fat food. But if I were to have just 3 dessert spoons of that yoghurt, I'd be having the same number of calories as this chocolate bar.
So we know what's in here, but if we tell the public it's low-fat, I wonder which one they'll choose. Okay, we go for the low-fat one.
Low-fat yoghurt.
You put a whole bag of sugar in it. And the law allows me to say low-fat yoghurt, but I don't have to say plus a bag of sugar.
That's wrong.
You look quite surprised.
Yeah, I am quite surprised. Yeah, I would say that was wrong.
I'm hoping that Which can explain the situation to me.
The law on health and nutrition claims just isn't tough enough. While it is against the law for manufacturers to deliberately mislead in terms of the claims they make, there are a number of confusing and contradictory health and nutrition claims out there on the market.
It's not just low-fat. Guidelines on words like light or LITE are so vague, manufacturers can use them to imply a food is better for us than similar products, even if they still contain what's been defined as a lot of fat or sugar. So what's being done about all of this?
Well, proposals are being discussed here from January next year in the European Parliament that will address all these issues, that will give clear definitions and make sure claims are checked. We're calling on UK MEPs and the British government to support these proposals to make sure that consumers can make a properly informed choice.
So next time you go shopping, remember, check the back of the packet as well as the front. Look at all the nutritional information. And if you'd like to see the law changed and the regulations tightened, visit the F Word website and find out how you can make it happen.
Tama, Miller, let's go. First of all, to both of you, well done.
Thank you.
Tough day. If you were in my shoes, Tama, OK, and you had to send one of you guys home, who would it be and why?
So far from day one coming here, I've learned, and I know I've got so much more to go. And, you know, it's such a big journey ahead of me, but I'm hoping that, you know, you'll take me back next week so I can learn a little bit more with you.
And, Miller?
I hope you'd send Tama home. I think you'll admit there's a difference from how I was in the beginning. and I think it can only get better. I think I can bring commitment and maturity and just really hard work, frankly, to the kitchen. And I want to do that.
You both did exceptionally well. The person who's going to be going home is Tama.
Okay.
But let me just say this. You're 18 years of age. Even in my kitchens, I don't have many 18-year-old cooks as strong as you.
Thank you.
You did very well.
Cheers. Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
I think he deserves a kiss.
Well done, you.
Next week on The F Word, it's Christmas dinner, and we finally get to eat the turkeys.
Did you believe that something that looks like a little runt could taste so delicious?
The pressure is on as I try to beat Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall's chocolate pudding.
You're distracting me and you're making me over-whip the egg white.
And Sharon Osbourne has mixed feelings about my oysters.
I think they look like bogies, big bogies.
Thank you for watching The F Word. Now, we're on a different time and a different day next week, 9 p.m. on Wednesday. I'll show you how to cook the perfect Christmas dinner. See you then.